Hello viewers and welcome to FactTuber. Today's video is the first ever video of the FactTuber in English, and today's video is not like the mysterious question or any other question like I dealt before. Today's video is about an uprising issue between India and Pakistan. Viewers, I'm talking about the issue of Kashmir. So what really is the Kashmir issue, and what is the brief history of this Kashmir issue, and what are the changes that's gonna happen in Kashmir after the repealment of Article 335A and 370 of Indian Constitution. So stay tuned with this video and watch till end to answer these questions. For those who are not aware with the current affairs, I would like to inform them that Indian Parliament have repealed Article 35A and Article 370. According to Article 370, no citizen of India other than the Kashmiris can buy property in Kashmir, while the repealment allows the Indian citizens to do so. On the other hand, Article 35A grants a special status to the Kashmir, which like you can say that it gives the autonomous powers to the Kashmir, which has been deliberately hurt by this repealment of Indian Parliament. And due to this, there has been a chaos situation in Kashmir right now. And due to this, there has been a massacre of humanity in a large scale. All people, children and the women have been sacrificed by the Indian army. This all is due to the repealment of Article 370 and 35A in the Indian Constitution, which eliminates the autonomous status of Kashmir territory. Basically, this is the same situation which the Palestinians faced in Palestine. Jews, when they returned back to Palestine, they started purchasing land from the Palestinians. And with the passage of time, they became so powerful, they owned so many portions of the land that the Palestinians were restricted to a small portion of land. And in the result, we can see that there had been a large scale of massacre and chaos in Palestine, and the result, the Palestine is deemed to be an unsolvable problem. And if India goes down this road by repealing Article 370 and 35A, the same situation can be brought to Kashmir. Now let's discuss the brief history of the Kashmir issue. Basically, we're gonna discuss that from where this whole issue originated and it is still unsolvable. In 1947, when India and Pakistan retained their independence from the Great Britain, the only territory which was left to be decided that whether it's gonna join India or Pakistan, it was Kashmir. And the Kashmir majority of the population at that time were Muslims, but they were ruled by the Hindu ruler named as Raja Hari Singh. The proper way for this solution was to utilize the principles of democracy, to know the public opinion that whether they want to join India or Pakistan, as it is the right of the public to join the government or any other thing which they want to imply on themselves, as this is the basic rule of the democracy, because it means the government of the people, government by the people, and government for the people. As it is the right of the people to choose the government, and no other government, no other person or the ruler has a right to decide the destination of a nation. While Hindu Raja Hari Singh depriving the nation of its right to choose the country which they wanted to affiliate. So Raja Hari Singh, without paying due consideration to the public opinion, decided the whole affair of affiliation with India in his own discretion. And as a result, the issue of the Kashmir was remained an unsolved, and it is still a matter of chaos. So it can be said that the main culprit to this whole issue were the Raja Hari Singh and the Indian government of that time, and the present time government is also liable because it is not interested in solving this issue. And United Nations in this regard tried its utmost effort to bring the problem to a solution. In this regard, UN makes 3 missions. First one was named the McNaughton Proposal, second one was Dixon Mission, and the last one was Frank Graham's Mediation. In the first proposal, it was said that the both parties, Pakistan and India, were to reduce their armies in their respective areas, and Pakistan accepted this condition while India rejected it. It has been the part of the history which is recorded in the upcoming references. While in the second mission of the Dixon mission, the same condition was given to the both parties, and again it was accepted by Pakistan and clearly rejected by India. And in the final and the last mission of UN, Frank Graham's mediation, the aforesaid conditions were again presented to the whole parties, and at this time the main point was that the Indians' suggestion that there must be 21,000 soldiers in their respective area was accepted by UN, and Pakistan were to reduce their armies to 3,000, and India once again rejected it. The purpose of this reduction of armies was to hold a fair and free plebiscite, meaning a referendum in which people can select their affiliation that they want to join Pakistan or India. But the simultaneous rejection from Indian side shows the intention that India is neither interested in solving the problem nor in the favor of holding a plebiscite in the respective territories. And the references of the aforesaid historical events are on your screen, so you can counter-verify them. And another important fact is that it was Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru who brought this issue to the United Nations, and when the United Nations provided the suggestion that on these grounds this issue is to be cultivated, and India tried its maximum extent to avoid the plebiscite and referendum. Now let's have a sight at what's gonna change in Jammu and Kashmir after Article 370's elimination. Before it, special powers were exercised by Jammu and Kashmir, while there were no special powers available to Jammu and Kashmir. There were dual citizenships exist, but now only single citizenship. There was a separate flag for Azad Jammu and Kashmir, but now there will be tricolor flag only. It was free to make policy for its state, but now only central legislature, meaning Indian Parliament, will supervise it in policy making. Before it, there were no financial emergency applicable, but now there is financial emergency, and there were no reservation for the minorities, but now there is reservation for minorities. An Indian citizen, which is the most important point, that they cannot purchase land or property in Azad Jammu and Kashmir in the presence of Article 370, but now they are free to purchase land or property in Azad Jammu and Kashmir. RTI is not applicable, while RTI will be applicable after the elimination of Article 370. The duration of the Legislative Assembly was 6 years, now it has been reduced to 5 years. And one of the most, in spite of this all discussion, is the major issue of the bloodshed which is taking place in Kashmir. This must be stopped, and social media should be used as an instrument to create awareness and put pressure on Indian government to stop this brutality. Maybe it's not gonna help those who are really in the problem at Kashmir, but we can give our share in giving as much as we can. So if we can't help them physically, we can raise voice against it, and if we don't have even the courage of is to that, we should consider this brutality bad, at least in our heart. And I'm gonna conclude this whole discussion with the phrase of Sahil Ludhianvi. Brutality is brutality. It increases and vanishes. Brutality is brutality. It increases and vanishes. Blood is blood. It drops then freezes.